Hey, what's up, friend? You are you interested in lack of skill? Yeah. Or maybe some suck. I'm just a new guy for the love of game. We don't go, I know it's bad. Times have changed, but not my mad. Don't you know that games are my thing? Yeah, I know it's getting real late. Come on, look at me. I even do storytelling. Also podcasts on great game subjects. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Markiplier or a PewDiePie. But hey, that's what makes me so unique, right? 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 Hey, hello everybody. You hear that sound? That's my AC unit. Because it's hot. It is flippin' hot in Florida. Anyway, I'm NikoTheLegend, also known as the well-mannered teenager, the snowflake, the rambling idiot, Vigil, and yeah, so on and so forth. I hope you're doing well. You see that behind me? That's what we're talking about today. If you don't know who they are, I'll educate you the best of my abilities, but there's a very specific reason I'm talking about Game Grumps today. But hey, before we get started, folks, hi. If you like what you see today, feel free to subscribe to the Niko Show, the NikoTheLegend channel. We're almost to 1,000 subs. You can find me anywhere. The links are down below. Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate it very much. You audio listeners out there, I appreciate it. If anybody's listening to me on Spotify, that is awesome. That is great. So, guess what? Besides talking about Game Grumps, I'm bringing back the weird news stuff today. Because it's finally a good time to do that. Because I've been really postponing those on the weird news section articles because, well, I take up a lot of time explaining things. So depending on what I'm talking about, I don't even have that weird news segment in there because I need as much time as I can get. So as count your lucky stars because today it's happening. And guess what? It's not worth the wait. Because I'm going to be doing some really bad comedy bits or whatever, bad jokes all around. For you, for me, for you even more. For me, this hurts you more than it hurts me, okay? Don't worry about me, I'll be okay. So, before we get started, even more get started, I was just thinking about this before we started the show. You ever just, it's Monday. It's Monday as I'm recording this. And Monday is the start of the week after a week and a weekend of just dealing with all the bullshit in the world you could ask for and doing your daily grind of, work, play, hobbies, so on and so forth. And when you get back to a Monday, when you start the week over, it's always like it's like starting a car up after a very long time of it being off, and it's just like, it doesn't start so strong, And that's kind of how it is for me on Mondays, It takes a little bit for me to get into. I had a girl that I work with, really nice, awesome person, but she asked, I was only awake for like 30 minutes to an hour. I always get to the gym every day at 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock sharp, right? I say sharp, but, close to that or a little bit after. And she asked me how my day's going. I'm like, I don't know. That's exactly what I say to her. I don't know. I just got here. And I try not to sound like an asshole, but I'm like, that's what it is. I'm like, we'll find out. I woke up like an hour ago, and I'll let them know that. Because, yeah, it's the start of the day. I don't know. I mean, I didn't die on the way to work, so I guess so far it's a good day. But the point is, what I'm trying to say, folks, is that the Mondays can be hard to, get your shit done. And when you get home, you're like, man, I was tired. You eat, you maybe take a nap, but you recuperate. But, there are some days. My friend's calling me right now. Sorry, John. There are some days when you get home on a Monday and you're just so tired. You're probably still recovering from the past week. You probably slept bad the night before. No matter what you usually do to make yourself feel a little better, it just doesn't work. And that's how I feel today. I feel just exhausted. It's probably because of what I did today at the gym. I did the Spartan workout again, the 300 workout. If you don't know what that is, I recommend you looking it up. Any fitness gurus out there or people that want a good challenge in the fitness field, do the Spartan workout and good luck. So that's probably why, and then training clients and then cleaning for like an hour or two at the gym. That stuff usually tires me out, but man, today is the most exhausting day. So if that happens to you, great. I mean, not great that you understand where I'm coming from. Not great that it happens though in general. Yeah, I almost didn't do this episode because, man, when I woke up from that nap, I felt even more tired. And that never usually happens. I usually feel revitalized. Anyway, that was just to eat up a good 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, good. Whew, making good timing. So, today's episode, like I said, going through the weird news articles, and we're talking about Game Grumps. Over there. Man, I'm really bad at this reverse pointing. Very big reason why I'm talking about them, because they became really relevant to me recently. And it's main segment that's about Game Grumps, and I'll explain who they are and everything, the 101. And, just watching people just sell out and becoming just... It's no longer for the love of the sport, right? Let's just say that. You get these professional athletes out there that when they start out, they're doing it for the love. They're rookies. They're like, yeah, this is great, so much fun. But more and more down the road, more years they commit to the sport, they start to only do it for money. Like, some people get corrupted, and that's what happens. They're not even the same person anymore as when they got in, right? And that's kind of how it is with Game Grumps. It was so great when it started out, and then now it's just a pile of crap. So that's pretty much what we're talking about. I know this doesn't sound interesting to talk about, because it's like, who the fuck Game Grumps is, like Niko, like this is probably not gonna get any views like my Star Wars video. I'm never doing a Star Wars podcast again, ever. That was a horrible idea. I thought I would have a good time celebrating with everybody, but nobody gives a shit on YouTube. Nobody cares. But for the people that did watch it, I appreciate it. I mean, maybe more people listen to it on Spotify. I doubt it. But hey, whatever. You win some, you lose some sometimes. Oh, man. But, I'm doing this for fun in the long run. You know what? Like I said, I just want to get to 1,000 subs in general. I don't even care about making money off of this. I'm just doing it for me at this point, because YouTube has pretty much convinced me willy-nilly, begrudgingly, to do it for me. And that's probably what I should have done to begin with. But, I'd like to show some good progress from the work I put in too, right? So I don't waste my fucking time. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. So, I forgot to mention one shameless plug. Let's Plop, right? That is the new commentary Let's Play channel that I'm doing. If you liked a place to... if you missed those classic days of... well, it's going to be relevant to Game Grumps. And we're actually going to be talking about Let's Plop and Father and Son and other... all the other channels I've done with Let's Plays. But anyway, if you missed the duo commentary with your favorite two people commentating and playing your favorite game, making jokes here and there, just having a casual good time, Let's Plop is that, because I try to bring back that classic Let's Play format. And it started about in the beginning of this year, December of last year. Slow with the subscriber count. I don't really care. I'm doing it for fun. I have a good time posting this stuff, and I can always go back and watch it, or other people can have a good time and laugh. It's just whatever. It's just a fun thing, another thing that I'm doing. So that's Let's Plop. So right now we're currently playing Streets of Rage 2 and Dino Crisis. If you don't know what those games are, I suggest you check it out. But if you do, check it out even more. Yeah, we play whoever. It's pretty much a dumping ground on whoever I do duo commentary with, whoever I have a partner in crime with. I never do it solo. I don't do solo Let's Plays anymore because they're not that entertaining for anybody to watch. Not for me, not for you, unless, I don't know. I guess it just depends. It depends. I guess there's some people out there that can be pretty entertaining playing by themselves. But I always enjoy it with somebody else. So anyway, that's the last shameless plug for Let's Plop. So I hope you're ready for today's show. I don't know how far we'll get into it. I think I say that every time, but because we're just talking about Game Grumps. But before that, we're going to get into the weird news section, okay? So I hope you're ready. I don't have the soundboard because I keep forgetting to locate the soundboard files because I switched the external hard drive to a different slot, and that kind of messed up all the location. And then guess what? I switched it back, and I had to pretty much had to find everything again to file locate. Don't ever switch external hard drive slots. Apparently your computer's like, I don't know what anything is. It's awful. Okay, so let's get rid of, let's just go to this. Okay, are you ready for this first one? I'm gonna be looking over here while I'm reading this, just because I'm rude. Okay, UK tribunal rules calling a man bald is sexual harassment. Hey, this affects me, right? Hey, this is about me. Now, I mean, it's the UK. Are we surprised by the UK with stuff like this? The tribunal, whose members alluded to their own experience with hair loss. Hey, my hair loss was choice, all right? Also compared calling a man bald to commenting on the size of a woman's breast. Whoa, wait, hold on a second. I have to read this again? What? This is all from the HuffPost, by the way. The tribunal, whose members alluded to their own experience with hair loss, also compared calling a man bald to commenting on the size of a woman's breast. I still can't comprehend that. What? Okay. Calling a man bald is considered sexual harassment, a British employment tribunal ruled on Wednesday. Ruled. They still believe in ruling other people. They still believe in a fucking primitive monarchy. Ugh, God, what a crappy place to live. 3 members of the tribunal, fucking archaic word, which is a judicial body, I can't even say the word, that hears workplace disputes, said that since baldness was more prevalent in men than women, using the word bald as an insult before related to a protected characteristic of sex. Really? But what if you decide to go bald by getting a buzz cut? So, what if it was a choice? It's still considered sexual harassment? What? Listen, these guys don't even believe in using knives or guns as self-defense weapons, okay? So that goes to tell you how backwards they have their way of thinking. Freedom of speech doesn't exist over there. So, the tribunal, whose members alluded to their own experiences with hair loss, also compared calling a man bald to commenting on the size of a woman's breast. Okay, that's a weird way to compare that. I don't think it's anywhere alike because a woman's breasts and women's. I guess a man being bald is like the they're talking about like the genetics behind it, like not like a guy who gets a bald head by choice like I do. I buzz my hair. They're just saying like, oh, if you just have recessive genes of just losing or hereditary, to lose your hair. I guess it's like, oh, just like women with certain breast size, that's hereditary or genetic. What? It's so weird. The ruling was on behalf of a complaint filed by Tony Finn. What a guy. I'm really glad that's the main thing you have to fix in your fucking backwards ass country. Who worked as an electrician for the British Bung Manufacturing Company? Yeah, the British Bung Manufacturing Company. Bunghole. Finn worked at the company which manufactures wooden cask closures for the brewing industry. Oh, you could put your dead hair or the hair that you lost in that cask. In Yorkshire for nearly 24 years before being fired last year. Finn alleged that during a workplace argument in July 2019, his shift supervisor, Jamie King, referred to him as a bald, bad word, cunt, according to The Guardian. It's an adjective, you big baby. God, Englishmen don't have backbones either. You're more offended by the word bald than cunt? What? Weird. The panel noted that Finn had not complained about the use of a 4-letter word, but was offended by being called bald. Okay, well, this calls daddy issues, insecurities. We have little doubt that being referred to this in the pejorative manner was unwanted conduct as far as Finn was concerned. Do we have a picture of this guy? No, of course we don't. Of course we don't have a picture of this guy. I bet this guy looks like the biggest wiener ever. Hey, if I'm wrong, let me know. This is strong language, although as we find, industrial language was commonplace on this West Yorkshire factory floor. In our judgment, Mr. King crossed the line by making remarks personal to the claimant about his appearance. Okay. You were called, bad word, a cunt. Why wouldn't that offend you more? Bald is just the cherry on top. Anyway, okay. The panel noted that it is difficult to conclude other than that Mr. King uttered those words with the purpose of violating Finn's dignity and creating an intimidating, hostile, degrading, humiliating, or offensive environment for him. Okay, now the writer just sounds like a little bitch. There's just bitches everywhere. Bitches leave. Name that movie line. Okay. The judgment found that King intended to threaten and insult Finn and added, in our judgment, there is a connection between the word bald on one hand and the protected characteristic of sex on the other. But it's not, women can go bald too. Okay, if he's bald due to having cancer or something, that's different. That wouldn't even be sexual harassment. That's just harassment, just being an asshole. That's fucked up. If you call someone a bald cunt for, you know they're going through cancer treatment, like that's fucked up. I would be upset about that. But this, really? Come on. Like I said, this is the things that people will complain about. Not just the UK, but anywhere that they find offensive. It's ridiculous. The panel said that while the company's lawyer correctly noted that women can also go bald, hey, it's like me talking. It's noted as all three members of the tribunal will vouchsafe baldness is much more prevalent in men than women, and we find it inherently related to sex. Yeah, because when we're doing insults at the spur of the moment, we're just gonna think about, oh my god, I can't call him bald because men get it more than women, blah blah blah. Oh, okay, I won't call you bald, cunt. No, we don't think that hard when we're doing insults. A lot of the times we just do improv insults and just say whatever comes to mind. But really? Look. Using a personal word like cunt, I like how I keep saying it. The C word, whatever, is more offensive than being called bald. I've been called bald plenty of times. I had people make jokes about it and stuff at the workplace, and I make jokes back at them. I don't take it the wrong way. What's annoying is when people ask me why I do buzz my hair, because I just don't understand that this is my subjective outlook on life, on how I want to look. I don't ask you why you're a woman and why you have a boy haircut. Because guess what? I don't even give a fuck. I don't give a shit. You're a woman, you have a penis? I don't give a fuck. You take a shit on the floor outside my workplace? I don't give a shit. Literally. I don't care, okay? I mean, I might ask about that, but it's just like, whatever. Why is it a big deal? Mind your own fucking business. Anyway. Although Finn did win his claims under unfair dismissal. God, seriously, this is what the UK, why? Just why? Wrongful dismissal being subjected to determinants and sex harassment. He lost an additional claim for age discrimination. This is why, okay. Now, I'm not here to upset anybody, but the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing, like, Johnny Depp is in the right to come out and be like, hey, this crazy motherfucking bitch is abusing me mentally and physically, and she's psycho. And I'm an idiot for going after a psychopath, but still, he's one of the first celebrities or big cases of a man getting physically abused by however, right, due to who he is or what gender he is, blah, 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 right? But most men will just take it and not come forth when they are getting abused by a woman. And by the way, look up statistics online, at least in the States, men are more physically abused by women than women physically abused by men. I mean, abused in general, like mentally or physically. So that's the extreme, right, with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. But then you get to this little fuck when he's complaining about people making fun of him for being bald and getting fired. That's just being a sore loser, right? That's just being a sore loser. And no wonder people don't want to come out, because you get little punk ass bitches like this that complain about their hair loss. Oh my God, cry me a fucking river. What do you win in such a case, right? You're gonna pay all this money for sexual harassment? This article doesn't even tell you what case he won. Oh, they just won't use bad words like that, like bald, but they can still use cunt? What? Anyway, this is just bananas. Absolute bananas. This is why this is on Weird News, because of how stupid this is. Anyway. I know, there's some things I said about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing that I probably could have gone into more detail, but just work with me, okay, people? Relax. Relax. Look at me. I'm being sexually harassed by everyone who's looking at me right now. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, are you ready for the next one? See, these are actually kind of fun to do. Thief makes getaway on stolen lawnmower towing Crimson Tide sign. Cops. Go, Roll Tide? Police in Flomaton, Alabama. Oh, why am I not surprised? Crimson Tide. We're searching for a woman seen fleeing on a mower pulling a large A sign, clearing University of Alabama sports. Sometimes you just really love your team. Stupid, though. A lawnmower thief's ass is grass if cops... Wait, hold on. It's verbatim. A lawnmower's thief's ass is grass if cops find her after a low-speed getaway towing a stolen University of Alabama yard sign. Okay. What a weird way to word this. Police in Flomaton, Alabama on Wednesday asked for the public's help in identifying the suspect, who also is accused of pilfering a trailer she used to haul away the large A sign often associated with Crimson Tide sports. Well, she's doing what she loves most. Beer. Represents the Chiefs' favorite football team, but it's also stolen. The police department cracked on its Facebook page. Commenters also had some fun. Parole Tide, one joke, referencing the university's Roll Tide battle cry. Oh boy. That's it? That's all we get? Hey everybody, that was fun. Really glad I looked over this. Hey, stolen lawnmower for your team? Why don't you just ask the guy, hey, can I just use your lawnmower to celebrate my team? I don't know. This she's wearing a mask. Why? Why are you wearing a mask? You afraid the lawnmower has cooties? I mean, you're fucking Alabama. Obviously, you don't care about germs or anything because you stole a fucking lawnmower who has been manhandled by plenty of people, probably. Oh, God. Whenever you see somebody wear a mask when they're doing something just so atrocious or just like, it just makes you in awe, puts you in awe state, you're just, what? Why? Stupid. Anyway, there you go, folks. That's the weird news. We just do 2 articles. I thought this was going to be longer. I thought there'd be a climactic ending. Well, I hope she knows how to change a flat tire on the lawnmower on the road when she gets that shit popped. I don't think they have donut tires for those. That costs, that's a little extra. Should probably just go Grand Theft Auto another lawnmower. Hey, but I'm sure police officers or law enforcement deal with all kinds of weird fucking shit on the road. Oh boy, or whatever. God, I'm surprised this wasn't like a Florida man type post because I could see Florida men post with this as a topic. Okay, so what did you guys think of that for today? With somebody who decided it was a good idea to do the Grand Theft Auto of a lawnmower. You got to start somewhere, right? And then the UK this guy complains about someone calling him bald and firing him. This is just to give you an idea how silly people are in this world. And that's just the cream of the crop, right? There's plenty of other interesting stories that might raise an eyebrow or two. Nowadays, I'm sure people are trying to get 3 eyebrows because it's 2022. Why not? I identify myself as a 3-eyebrow, no penis, 4-boobed, robotic bitch. Okay. This is the main topic here. I hope you guys are ready because this is going to be the rest of the show. So as I mentioned before, we're talking about Game Grumps, and then everything else, I go with anecdotals or examples. You're gonna hear stuff about my channels and let's plays with Let's Plop and Father and Son, and just YouTube stuff that I do in general. So, Game Grumps, what is Game Grumps? It is a Let's Play channel that has over, I think, 5 million subscribers on YouTube. They've been going since 2012, so it's been 10 years, which is really fucking crazy if you think about it, because I've been following Game Grumps since 2013. Now, this channel has originally back when it was still decent, fairly new, when I was watching it like religiously, until like 2016 rolled around, and I noticed that actually I noticed before that, like 2015, but 2016 was the cream of the crop, where I just I just didn't care anymore about Game Grumps because there was a quality of content that was slowly decreasing. And I talked about it in the beginning where, in the beginning you do it for the love of the sport, and then the longer you are on the team or whatever sport or whatever you're doing in life that you get paid for, it slowly consumes you. You slowly get corrupted because you get more and more money as you get more and more famous. And the people that actually withstand that corruption, at least have the decency to just be real with people and be like, yeah, this stuff's doing some weird things. Great power, but great responsibility. Thanks, Uncle Ben. And sometimes people can't handle that fame, that power, and it really changes you. But sometimes it really shows who the person is really underneath, and that's the situation here with Game Grumps. So anyway, Game Grumps has been a channel, Let's Play channel for 10 years. It's usually two people that play a game and commentate over it, and this channel has done so many games. It's insane. I don't even know why they're still going, because look, after 10 years, they're getting paid. They have contracts. They're getting sponsorships and all that. This is their bread and butter. When I say they, there's usually more than two people on the show now. It used to be just like 2 to 3. Like they would have an editor, and then it would be just the main two people. But in the very beginning, for like half a year, it was just the two hombres, the main guys, which I'll get into in a second. But anyway, you just see your favorite thing that you look up to so much just turn into this vicious, festering monster with just a vicious, festering wound on top of that. And we're talking about this because, the main guy who is still left there, who has underneath turned into a piece of crap, a sellout, a shill, whatever you want to call it. Maybe he was always like that, but all in all, he's just, I can't stand him anymore. I couldn't stand him for the longest time. In the beginning, I could tolerate him. I thought he was actually funny because he did a good job maybe pretending to try to care, but I honestly think he did care for a good while about making a great commentary. So I'm talking about this guy named Aaron Hansen, and I recently saw this thing called Creator Clash, which I guess big YouTubers box each other for like a charity event, right? I don't know how much you believe how faithful charity events are, if the money is actually going to the charity or right. However way you see it, it sounds like a nice thing to do. But so Aaron was boxing some other YouTuber. I never heard of him, right? I don't go on YouTube to search up other YouTubers because I don't have the time to do that, and I don't give a shit, right? I just stick to my top 5 or something, right? Like maybe top 10, I count on my hands and toes or something. That's it. So this was a guy talking about, I found this on Twitter. It was a post talking about the fans of Game Grumps nowadays. And it's very true, because you could tell on the look of Aaron's face, he goes from a smile to just like, holy shit, he's really hitting the nail on the head. Like, you could tell it hit him real hard. And he deserves it, because his fans are fucking weird. And the guy was pretty much saying, like, Aaron, like, I love you to death, man. But I can't remember. Matt, I think his name is Matt. It starts with an M. He's like this big guy that's kind of tall, shaggy hair. He's just like, man, I check out your fans and stuff, and they're fucking weird, man. They have some like pictures of like them like being in furries, like sucking each other's dick or sucking a guy's dick or something. Like, he was talking about stuff like that. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's like those are your fans, Aaron. Those are the type of people that watch your show nowadays. It's like, he's like, I love you to death, man, but your show has pretty much gone to shit. And he's like, tomorrow I'm gonna let the world know how much your show has gone to shit. Or like, he's like, I'm going all out tomorrow, okay? And he's pretty much like, it sounded like he was on a vengeance quest because, like me and many others, we were disappointed by the quality of content, because Game Grumps pretty much died a long time ago, and it's just such a shell of a shell of a shell of itself. So you see the boxing match. It wasn't that great. It's pretty amateur as you can get. It's like their first time ever in the ring. Hey, don't get me wrong. I've never been in a boxing match like that in an official ring myself. I mean, they weren't even wearing headgear. But Jesus, I know to keep my gloves up, my hands up to my face and throw a 1-2 for crying out loud. But flinching is just a lack of confidence. Aaron was flinching, getting hit in the face a lot because this guy makes thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, from his popular YouTube channel, and he can't get trained properly of how not to flinch like a bitch in a fight like that. If I was getting ready for a match like that, I would train so I don't look like an embarrassment. Anyway, he looked like he embarrassed himself. This guy used to be pretty thin back when he first started, and now he just looks like a big slob, like this Aaron Hansen guy with his stupid cornrows and all that. Yeah, he looked like a disgusting person, like a real slob. And he lost. And you know what? I hope it was, something like that. He deserves to be humiliated like that. He deserves to get that eye-opening experience, because that's what happens when you are held accountable for letting people down. I'm not gonna look. I don't expect you to appeal to the masses of or every individual, but come on, man, fucking just at least try to care about your own fucking child. This is it's 10 years old now. If you don't care anymore, find something else. Maybe he is finding something else to do, and Game Grumps is just what he has to do. It's just for the paycheck. But that sucks. And I always looked up to Game Grumps because I'm like, I want to be that, what they were in the beginning. I want to play my favorite games, talk to my favorite buddies or buddy, have a good time, and make money, get the fanfare, get awesome merchandising, or letting people doing it for fun, and other people enjoying what we're doing, laughing with us and all that. That's why I did Father and Son back in the day with my friend David for the longest time, because I was inspired by these guys back when they came out in 2012. Now we're going back to the beginning when it was Aaron Hansen and John Jafari, also known as JonTron. So Aaron Hansen's YouTube tag is Ego Raptor, and then John Jafari is JonTron. And those are the founding fathers of Game Grumps, okay? And they started very fresh, were kind of friends with each other, and then grew together for a while, and then they grew apart. Because eventually, after a year of doing Game Grumps, of playing all these, over 600 episodes of game playing, right? John left because he wanted to do his own stuff. He didn't want it to be only, just Game Grumps. He wanted to make his channel expand better. And some would say, when you look it up, when you do the conspiracy grumps, some would say it's because JonTron finally figured out why, what Aaron's, ulterior motives were, the, false pretenses, right? And if I ever heard that was a thing, when you're not doing it for the love of it, and you're letting me suffocate, not letting me create new content for my own channel, that's a problem, That's a problem. They do so many episodes as it is. They have enough content for them to do episodes on their own channel to get away with it. Nobody will ever know that they don't have the time to do it, because what you see being uploaded is nothing compared to what's going on in their real life, right? Anyway, so I didn't start watching Game Grumps until John left, when they had this new guy named Danny Avidan, whatever. He comes from this other YouTube channel or music group called Danny, was it American Ninja Sex Party or something like? Yes, Ninja Sex Party. Anyway, I never watched his stuff because I don't really care, but he was the replacement, and you could say already Game Grumps wasn't the same, because the energy that JonTron and Aaron Hansen brought to the channel was insane and amazing. Because JonTron was the obnoxious, over the top, full high energy, and Aaron was more or less the same, but they were polar opposites, but they worked so well together. They were like chocolate and peanut butter, right? Vinegar and oil and vinegar. It was so funny. They were so imaginative. The improv comment, they were funny people. That's the whole point. And these guys were literally the founding fathers of everybody else on YouTube doing Let's Play channels. I would say, for me especially, on doing it with your homie and playing a game and commentating over it. That's why I'm bringing it back, because Let's Play channels nowadays are nothing how they were back then. Now it's all, you guys know it just as much as I do. that it's just Twitch highlights and all that shit, right? It's just clips now, or just long plays where nobody does specific episodic adventures. It's just 3 hours of me streaming. I don't want to watch you watch 3 hours of you fucking streaming. Break that up, motherfucker. Like, don't be lazy. See, people are really lazy now because that's the thing to do. They stream on Twitch, they stream on YouTube, and they post that shit. Boom. Enough said. And you guys respect people like that? Fuck that. I'm not watching people stream a game where they're just yelling the entire time. Fucking jump cut that shit if you're going to stream for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's why these episodic adventures that I'm doing are easily digestible, and that's why I upload daily, an episode a day. And Game Grumps inspire me with all the Let's Play stuff. They were so smart with what they were doing. They would play a game, right? Whatever you see being uploaded, they're probably been done with that game for like a whole month or two, right? But that's just how it goes when you're uploading content. But they would upload an episode of whatever game they were playing a day, and it would be like 10 to 15 minute episodes on average. That's perfect if you're uploading on a daily basis. So it's just like a good old bite, a good old snack, right? And that's what I did for Father and Son back in the day in 2014, and that's what I'm doing now in 2021, 2022 with Let's Plop. The easily digestible, the snack, the appetizer for, to give you something to snack on, and to laugh, maybe be entertained a little bit, and then you go to your main sources of content and stuff like that. These guys were the founding fathers for that. To me, that is. I was so inspired. I still, to this day, watch John and Aaron with their old Let's Plays, because it's so fucking genius and good. I hate the brown note. I hate the brown nose pretty much, and butter them up or whatever, just suck up to them. But I legitimately thought they were that funny. And let me tell you something. JonTron, he is still hilarious to this fucking day. Now, you want to talk about a guy who actually did things right and still does it for the love, and he has like over 6 million subscribers on YouTube. This guy is one of the most infamous people, like the most popular YouTubers on YouTube, and like for gaming and the entertainment or whatever. He's, to this day, he's been doing JonTron since 2010, 11, or 12 or something like that, to now. He's still hilarious. He still produces quality content. Unlike Aaron, where he gets in boxing matches against people who can't stand who he is, what he's become, and his fan base. I can't believe Game Grumps still has 5 million plus subscribers. Those, you know how many dead subscribers? I mean, their fucking view count is so bad these days. They're not even the same channel anymore, especially with how many episodes, or the episodes they release. They're not even 10-minute episodes anymore. They're like 20, 30-minute episodes now, because they're getting so lazy. They don't want to put any of the hard work anymore. They don't want the appetizer. They just want to just stuff you with all this boring, nonsensical, low-energy bullshit. And trust me, I've watched some stuff last year and maybe the year before. Not impressed. Not impressed at all. It was terrible. They just don't try anymore. I'm not saying just try hard with jokes and stuff, but when you're not even into it anymore, the energy is gone. There's no soul left. It's gone. There's no heart anymore. It's gone. So I recommend it for Game Grumps. If you're ever going to watch Game Grumps, if you're curious about them, there is a lot of profanity. They do swear. They talk about stuff that you could get away with talking about 2012. That's why I like Let's Plot, because I pretty much, you can make a joke about anything, and I believe in freedom of speech. And if it's like some racial slur that somehow just comes out, I'm just saying in general, it's going to be bleeped, of course, but everything else is fair game, right? If it's something like really negative or like unhealthy to say that makes everyone feel uncomfortable, even the people I'm playing the game with, I probably shouldn't have said that. There's limits to everything, right? But it's still a place to where you can literally just say what's on your mind and not worry about being Aaron's a fucking yes man, or he wants yes men on his channel nowadays. He doesn't want anybody to be in opposition. You have his way or the highway. I don't do that on my channel, and they sure as shit didn't. Game Grumps didn't do that when John was there. Even with Danny for the longest time. And Danny is more like laid back, kind of hippie vibe. Like, hey man, like let's just hang out and be cool, bro. Like that's the type of guy he is. But even he was like saying some pretty fun, like brutal, funny stuff. Nowadays, he's just there for the paycheck, and so is Aaron, and Aaron just wants yes people. I don't want anybody to ever become like that, and if you ever became like that, you're a piece of shit. You shouldn't do that. You should stop what you're doing, because you're not doing it for yourself or for fun anymore. You're just doing it for the money, because you have nothing left. You're beating a dead horse for so many years. Stop it. So, I recommend watching JonTron and Aaron Game Grumps. Just type in Game Grumps JonTron era, and you will find a whole playlist called like Re-Uploaded or something, the JonTron era in chronological order, and watch that. You will be entertained beyond belief. It's amazing. I recommend watching Goof Troop. Goof Troop is hilarious. Oh, it's so funny. And Pokemon Emerald, hilarious. Those are their earliest stuff. Absolute gold still to this day. People are still commenting to this day on their stuff because they missed this. They missed this era of Game Grumps, the golden era, which was year 1. It's unbelievable how much it declined over the years, okay? It was the silver era, and then the bronze era, and now just complete shit era. And here's the thing. People don't like Aaron anymore because, for one, he's an asshole. He only wants yes men. He didn't even want to talk about JonTron because he didn't want people to ask Aaron about... He didn't want anybody to ask him about John, like, oh, what happened to John? You would watch convention videos, and all people would ask about, hey, you guys still talk to John? Everything going good? They cared that much about John at Game Grumps because it wasn't the same anymore. It was not the same. And look, I get it would be annoying, but I'm like, dude, did you really hate him that much to where you can't talk to him? Like, they had like this agreement not to talk about him. They can only talk about him like in bits and like fragmented bits and pieces, like just his name and his name alone. So it's just really uncomfortable when that stuff comes up. And yeah, you want to know what the worst part is that Aaron got rid of the JonTron episodes. I don't know if the entire catalog of JonTron episodes were gone or most of them. He got rid of them. And nowadays, people are re-uploading it. He either got rid of them or made them private. But can you believe that? Somebody who would go that far back in time to get rid of the thing that made you a legend? How fucked up in the head do you have to be? So anyway, Aaron Hansen, inclusion, piece of shit. So I'm so glad he got embarrassed. But, you know, like I said, Game Grumps was the inspiration of why I try to do this nutty dialogue commentary to where I just... let the creative juices flow, or the weird juices, whatever. I mean, you guys know as well as I do how I talk to you and the type of jokes I make and blah, blah. Look, I know it's a lot of sarcastic humor, and I know sometimes it's hard to take me seriously, but you know when I'm being serious. But, you know, it's because you can make a joke about anything. I mean, I know there's a balance, right? But I say things that people wouldn't normally say. And people get so off-put about it. I'm like, why? Like, are you that much of a sheltered person? Like, you say things that you wouldn't say in public. Like what? Like, dark humor, for example, is a prime example. And I do a lot of dark humor. And that's how you know when people have an actual sense of humor. If they can understand sense of humor, like dark humor, that, especially a woman, if you're trying to get with a girl and she laughs at your dark humor, that's a woman you want to keep. Let me tell you. Or, doesn't matter, woman, man, friends with, you hold on to that person because they understand where you're coming from, and those are people that actually understand the freedom of expression, the freedom of speech when it comes to comedy, making jokes. That's why I keep hitting the nail on the head, being a dead horse here. That's why I liked the year 1, the golden era of JonTron and Aaron on Game Grumps, because they would just say whatever. Politically incorrect is so funny when you're making jokes about that type of stuff. I'm not saying you have to do it all the time, but, you know, you get where I'm coming from. I mean, like I said, anybody who's listened to me, who's friends with me, I say the weirdest shit a lot of the times. And I'm glad. I'm glad to be a weird person. I'm glad that I'm not like you. If you're holding jokes back and stuff, like I said, there's a time and place for everything, right? Don't get me wrong. But everything else, if you have the opportunity to say weird shit or something, make weird, funny jokes, dark humor, well, go ahead. Be twisted. Be sick. Be disgusting. I don't give a shit. Who cares if you make somebody cringe or something, or make them go ooh, or off put? Okay, you're already better than them because you don't have a filter. I don't have a fucking filter. Not really. unless it's absolutely necessary. I'm in a professional workplace. Shit, my clients at the gym, I say some of the stuff I say on Let's Plop and Father and Son back in the day to them, more or less on Let's Plop because that's the current day, and they think it's funny as shit. There you go. It's called, you know what? It's called having a personality, folks. It's called having a backbone, and that's why I'm doing this, doing the Let's Plop channel, because it's like I said, it's a dumping ground of freedom of expression, whatever games you want to play, and just having a good time playing with your friends. Okay, that's what it's all about, and that's what Game Grumps used to be about. And the philosophy of Game Grumps will always be with me from when they first started, and how they are now is a prime reminder of what not to become. So I commend John, which I always think JonTron should make his own Let's Play channel. I really do. I think it would be hilarious if he had a good buddy of his on his channel. And I swear to God, it would get so many views and so many subscribers in seconds flat. So fast. It would be the talk of the internet on whatever mainstream media, the gaming world, the commentating plant, whatever, right? Game Grumps would become obsolete. Oh, by the way, Aaron's on the right of this picture, and then John's on the left, okay? So, all right, check out JonTron. He's hilarious. And then check out Game Grumps re-uploaded JonTron chronological order. It's so funny. If you're with kids or something, make sure you're by yourself, because, like I said, they say some politically incorrect and hilarious dark humor stuff. Anyway, it's a good time. And, you know, doing these types of forms of expression, like the Let's Plays, for example, with your friends, it's a good place, like I said, to just practice your bad jokes or just say whatever's on your mind and just have a good time, you know? A place to hang out or something. Having a fun episodic adventure. Like I said, you get the nice, you guys that view those episodes, you get the nice little easily digestible, the little nibbles, the appetizer stuff before you get into the real shit of what you want to watch on YouTube, like the 30-minute videos. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, don't be like how Game Grumps is now. Don't. It's terrible. It's very sad. And like I said, as much as I hate Aaron nowadays, I can put up with him still from who he used to be, or maybe he was always like that, but at least year one, I could put up with that Aaron because he actually tried to be funny and all that, and good jokes. So, folks, now that you know pretty much the philosophy behind Game Grumps, like I said, recommend Goof Troop and Pokemon Emerald. It's so funny. You will see exactly what I mean by hilarious entertainment and just having a good time. If you enjoy watching other people play games and commentate, you got to have a certain mindset, a certain outlook on that. But even if you don't like the game part, listen to them speak. It's funny as fuck. So, folks, that has been it for this Game Grumps segment. I don't know, maybe I could have dove into it better, but I think I got the point across. Just know that Game Grumps I still hold to high esteem from what they used to be and then nowadays. But I've been your host, NikoTheLegend, also known as the well-mannered teenager, the snowflake, rambling idiot, and vigil. I hope you did enjoy this episode of Game Grumps. They're more relevant than ever because of the whole creator clash, Aaron Hansen getting embarrassed in a boxing match by his embarrassing fighter. They were both really bad. Jeez, they have all this money and stuff, hire a professional to train you. Jeez. Talk about not using your fuck you money to its fullest potential. So thanks, guys. Next week, I think I have an idea what the topic next week will be. Hopefully I don't melt from outside, from Florida, even while I'm inside here. God, the AC, I can't imagine Florida without AC units. We'd all fucking die already. I wanted to do this episode called Retro Gaming versus Modern Gaming, and I'm trying to get a special guest on the show. I don't know who yet, but I'll find somebody. If not, I might just do it by myself. And we'll go from there. Yeah, it'd be pretty fun. So thanks, guys. Remember, the plugs are down below. Shameless plugs. Check them out. I like to hear from you guys, too. Comment down below if there's anything you'd like for me to talk about. We get a couple comments here and there on the episodes, which is great. Trust me, that's an improvement than what it's been like for so many years. But hey, almost to 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget, big special episode of the Niko Show is going to release once we get to the final 5 subscribers to 1,000. I don't know how long that's just going to take, but it's going to take a long fucking time, folks. A long time. But hey, just remember, folks, if you're on YouTube and everything, and you're worried about the whole numbers game like I used to be, don't. Do it for fun. Do it for yourself, and just do it for the love, right? Do it for the entertainment value of you being entertained, and then maybe somebody else will be entertained. Just try to have a good time, all right? Don't become Aaron Hansen. Don't become a fat slob with stupid cornrows and embarrass yourself with your pink gloves. Anyway, take care, Pathfinders.